Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's Weather. Clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for October 20th to November 1st. There are some indications that the polar vortex did couple briefly last week when cold polar cap geohyperpotentials coupled with stratospheric to the surface, resulting in a positive AO, which you can see right here. This is AO positive. Here's the polar cap geopotential heights, and the GFS is now predicting a similar disruption in the polar vortex, where warming in the northern and North Pacific sector will help stretch the polar vortex across the pole, resulting in a cross-polar flow from Siberia into Canada. A similar pattern happens to the troposphere, driving cold air south east of the Rockies. As the models have a better resolve this disruption, the forecast has been increasingly colder in the central and eastern U.S., and the impacts on the weather from these minor disruptions are forecast across eastern and central North America and typically last for 2 weeks. If the model forecasts are accurate, then would contribute to colder temperatures in early November, followed by a milder trend, and we'll talk about that later in the period. I think that'll work out. However, these minor disruptions of the polar vortex often repeat. The largest expanse of the sea surface temperatures, we'll go to that. See it here in animation. Anomalies across the globe currently located over the eastern North Pacific near Hawaii. There is a possibility that the predicted ridging over the eastern North Pacific becomes phase-locked with the warm surface temperatures, forcing a trough of cold temperatures downstream across parts of North America in November. Seems too early in the season for this type of scenario, but it's something to watch. Okay, we're going to look at the period for October 20th to 24th. You see right here, a ridging is forecast across the eastern Pacific with a broad trough over the west central U.S., and a ridge remains from Mexico to across the Caribbean. And we see that as we go through the models and the days. So also the National Hurricane has started advisory on potential tropical cyclone 16 in the western Gulf of Mexico that is forecast to exit North Carolina Sunday after merging with a frontal boundary. And another thing, now we'll talk about the west. A series of Pacific waves are forecast to affect the northwest through the middle of next week, and we'll go through that. Here's the first system. There'll be a series moving in. Here comes the next, and the next. And significant snow will be possible at the higher elevations of the Cascades and portions of the northern Rockies. You can see it right there in the map. A Pacific wave will cross the lakes on Sunday, with another behind it late Monday and Tuesday. Another significant trough is forecast to quickly amplify across the Rockies Sunday before reaching the plains on Monday. A closed low associated with a deep cyclone over the upper Midwest Monday. We'll back up here. Right there, is forecast to lift northward into the lakes on Tuesday. We'll go ahead to Tuesday. You can see it right there. And a strengthened subtropical ridge off the southeast coast early next week will contribute to an amplified flow with a broad, moist southerly flow across the Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, and Ohio. This will result in widespread rain and locally heavy amounts that will lift northward into the mid-Atlantic and northeast by Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll look at that. Here's Tuesday. This is the GFS, and then we'll look at the European. You can see we have heavier rainfall occurring here, more rain, but it's much needed rain. But I think now we caught up. We're above normal in many areas. Okay, now the forecast for October 23rd to 27th. The East Pacific Ridge slides inland and pushes the west central trough east, and the ridge is forecast from Mexico into the Atlantic, southwestern Atlantic, with above normal heights along the east coast. And you can see that right there on the maps. All the maps are showing you that. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting, excuse me, above normal temperatures here and for this region. And I'm forecasting anomalies of 4 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures forecast here with anomalies of 4 degrees below normal for precipitation. Calling for below normal precipitation west of the divide. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And then we have above normal precipitation from the plains to Atlantic coast. And the probability of occurrence is 35 to 55%. Now we're going to take a look at the period for October 28th through November 1st. And we expect an amplified pattern. This ridge continues to build inland with a trough across the west central U.S. above normal heights here. This is what I've been talking about with the polar vortex and cold polar cap that I'm forecasting here. So let me go back. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for the west. Forecast anomalies of 8 degrees or more possible, and be mostly here the higher anomalies. Below normal temperatures are forecast from the plains to the Atlantic coast, with anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees below normal. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the western states. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And then we have above normal precipitation forecast for much of this region here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for October 20th to November 1st. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.